Hey Energy Express, it's me, your friend Joel again. Welcome back. Hi ho, it's off to camp we go. Well, or at least making a camp craft this morning. Are you ready to learn how to make an indoor campfire? Let's go to our friends Becca and Rory and learn how.
We are so excited to be here today with you. My name is Becca Fint-Clark, and I am the 4-H Extension Agent in Montague County. I work for WVU, and I have with me today...
My name is Roy Clark, and I am her daughter.
Okay.
And today we have crafts for you.
And they are centered around one of our favorite things to do, which is have a campfire.
Yeah.
So hopefully you and your families get together and can build a campfire and sing songs and listen to music and roast marshmallows and hot dogs, and that's something we love to do. So we wanted to show you some things that you could do with things that you have at home. So Rory, tell us what we need for our first campfire craft.
You need some cups. You also need tissue paper. You need glue, clear glue, and we have some tape, 2 paintbrushes, scissors, brown paper, and light like candles, but do not use real candles.
That's battery powered candle.
Yes.
So what's the first thing we do?
On the bottom, there's a little notch where you do that, and it can turn on and off.
Why would you not want to use a real candle?
Or else it could catch the cup on fire, and it could start a fire.
Okay, good.
And this is what it should look like when you're done. You turn this on. You put this here. You put the light on here, and we're gonna show you how to make that.
Okay, so what's the first thing we need to do, Rory?
You need to take your cup, and then you need a plate, or you could pour it in here.
Okay, good.
And then
So pour your clear glue in a cup.
yes, and you need a plate to put this on.
Okay, we can use a plate so that the tablecloth doesn't get all messy.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Could you pass me one of those? I'm gonna make one too.
Okay. And then and if some of these steps are really hard, you could always have an adult to help you.
So we are going to take our clear glue and we are going
To just spread it all around. But don't put it in the cup.
No, just on the outside.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about having a campfire?
Roasting marshmallows. And sometimes if it helps you, you could always put your hand inside the cup.
That's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that.
And then you could just paint around your hand, and it'll help you just give good grip.
Okay. So what do we do once we have the glue on? Do you want to put the glue all the way around?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I like about campfires?
What do you like?
Singing songs.
Oh yeah, I like that too.
Sometimes we listen to music, don't we?
Yeah. We have a Bluetooth speaker that we...
What's our favorite song to listen to at campfires? You and me going.
Fishing in the Dark.
It's a good
But
song.
we also have some other favorites like The Lion King or any singers.
We sing 4-H camp songs.
Yep.
Okay, I think I'm done. Now what do we do?
I'm not done.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
Help me.
Help ya?
It's not working.
Okay, I'll help you.
But that's not working.
Oh, I think it's working fine. Good.
Okay. And when you're done, you need to place your cup down.
Then what do we do?
Then you take some tissue paper. What color would you like?
You choose. Orange?
Yes, you get orange. And I'm going to take yellow. And this is what you do. You rip up some tiny little pieces off. You'll have to do big pieces if you like. And you're gonna just put it all around. You can do your design.
You could even use different colors if you
Yeah,
wanted it to be like a lantern.
Yeah, you could even, like, if you could do your type of campfire, really, you could do any color. We're just wanting to make this look like a campfire.
Do you remember that time we got those funny color flames? Do you remember that? We got these things that you put in your campfire and it made it like funny colors.
Yeah, but they didn't really work as well as we thought they would.
No, not too much. But they were kind of cool.
Yeah, you had to like use the entire, like every single one of them. And even if you like, you are allowed to go crazy.
Okay, so we got spread.
I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm doing all the yellow that I want to do, and then I'm gonna do a different color.
That's smart.
Okay. Good. And we got, I would say if you want, whoa, Mommy's doing big pieces.
I am.
I'm trying to do kind of small pieces, but also kind of big, so that it doesn't take me forever.
But you can take your time if you're doing this at home.
You are allowed to do whatever you'd like. And remember, if it's kind of hard to get the stuff on, like right here on this piece, I'm having a little bit of trouble, you could always ask your mom or dad, whoever's helping you, to help.
That's good advice.
Yeah, and also when you're working with glue, always do this on a protective surface.
You don't want to get your house all messy.
Yeah, that would be bad, and your mom would probably get very mad.
You think?
Yeah, maybe.
Do I get mad?
No.
Not too much, no.
Sometimes. One time, our dog ripped up one of her magnets, and she was kind of mad.
Yeah, we have a puppy that likes to eat.
Her name is Millie. She is, how old is she?
Like 4 months maybe.
I don't know. Yeah. She just had a birthday like a couple months ago. And that's good.
She chews on
I
everything.
think that's all the yellow that I want to use. Do you want any yellow?
I've been using yellow, red, and orange on mine.
I am going to do that too. I am just going to do it. You know, I'm going to do big pieces now. Big pieces. Can you help me?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Let me help you. Why didn't I think of that? Do you want me to tear the pieces and you put them on?
I want you to help me put on the pieces.
Do you want me to do orange?
Yeah.
All right.
But do big pieces.
Okay.
That's important.
What's your favorite part about 4-H camp?
I really like your craft when you were talking about money and we got to spend it in the prize bins. That was really fun.
We learned about money last year.
It was so much fun. And we also got some like money. She gave us 5. Was it real dollars?
Just pretend.
Yes, it was pretend $5. And those were like some bins. There were 5 things, so then you could use all your dollars up. But you only got $5. You couldn't spend it on anything else. You could get $1 thing. You could get $2 thing. You could get, I think, 3 and 4 and 5. A lot of people wanted to get out of 1 because then you could get a ton of prizes.
You could get 5 things, right? What does it teach? What did that teach you?
Don't always spend it on something that you really want if it's like really, really high. Go for something that you actually like.
You could save it for bigger things.
There was actually a kite that you could like color. It was really cool.
Okay, good. I think it looks good.
Yeah, I think I'm about done. Don't worry. If it doesn't always have to look like this, it is totally fine. Our cups are a little bit bigger than these.
Right, that's right, they
To make
are.
it look like a bonfire.
Yep, yeah, that's true. A bigger fire, huh?
Yeah, bigger fire. Wait.
Okay, so the last thing that we recommend you do, will you show them the logs?
if you do this, it will take you a little bit longer, but it's very, very cute. You could take this. Where's the dogs? Here, how about you get...
You position them.
Yeah, I'll show you. And it's totally fine. If you don't want to do this, it's just an option.
So you can take brown construction paper and cut it into strips.
Yes, and it's gonna look like logs.
And then you just tape it like this.
See? It looks kind of like a log.
And then
Or brown firework. Wait, you take your LED light.
your battery powered tea light, yep.
Yep. You take it and you put it right there. And remember, you do not glue this or else you cannot get it in or out. You set it where you put this thing where you want it. You put this thing here. You take your very, very wet thing and then you put it on top.
Well, you wait till it's dry, right?
Yeah. And then you got your campfire.
And it's really pretty at dark, isn't it? All the colors shine through, and you can use it as a nightlight or just as a reminder. You could do this on a camping trip if your family goes camping, just as a reminder of your time spent camping. Okay, good. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed our campfire craft, and we can't wait to see your creations. We hope that you make these at home.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Hey, thanks, Rory and Becca. All we need now are s'mores. Let's head back to Rory and Becca and read a book. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Here you go. With Head and Shoulders, Knees and Toes is Rory and Becca.
What are we gonna read?
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
And Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes is illustrated by Mike Wanutka.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Look at that little cow. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Knees and toes. Who's on there? Polar bears.
You know what? I wonder one of those polar bears has a Coke in its hand. You know that ad?
Right.
Where the penguin opens it up.
Right.
It's a beak for them.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good thought. Okay.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Knees and toes. Who's that? What are those animals?
A rooster and pigs. Eyes and ears. And mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Knees and toes.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Knees and toes.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Knees and toes. Look who I am in this one. Rory's a duck and I'm a frog.
Look at on the back.
There I am again. The frog.
And the ducks. Eyes and ears. And mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Knees and toes. Look who I am in this one.
Kangaroo.
Oh, I thought it was a bunny rabbit.
The kangaroo.
It's debatable.
It looks like. Wait. Wait.
So
that's a bunny.
The end, although this is really cool because at the end,
You can play it with piano
that's right, it has the music. So why did we choose this book, Rory?
because we like doing this.
Why? What, you were kind of singing it, weren't you?
Yeah, we like animals.
We do, and where do we sing this song?
4-H.
Yep, we sing it at 4-H camp. So, we are going to sing a song for you.
And dance.
And dance. Okay. So we chose that book because we love to sing that song at 4-H camp, which is one of our favorite weeks of the whole summer. So now we are going to sing the song. So ready, set, go. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Slow motion. Head, shoulders, knees and toes,
knees and toes.
head, shoulders,
Knees and toes, knees and
toes,
toes.
and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Really fast?
Fast, super fast.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
and
Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
backwards. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, and eyes and ears.
Wait, and wait, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Yay!
Now one, two, freestyle dance.
Freestyle dance.
Ooh, yeah.
Woo! All right.
Next up, we're gonna go into the kitchen with Susan Lilly and learn how to make energy bars. Susan, take it away.
Hi, my name is Susan Lilly and I'm a nutrition outreach instructor in Raleigh County, and I work for WVU Extension Service with the Family Nutrition Program. And today we are going to be making energy bars. And these bars are a good source of energy to get you through the day. They're a little bit sweet, they taste good. The honey that we're going to be using in the recipe is what gives them their sweetness, and the dried fruit that we'll be using. But with this recipe, what you will need, we will need rice cereal, we will need quick cooking oats, you will need dried fruit, and you can use a variety of different types of dried fruit like dried cranberries or raisins. You will need unsweetened coconut, you will need honey. We're going to be using honey. We're going to have low-fat peanut butter and a little bit of vanilla. Now, a few things that I had to do ahead of time for this recipe is with the nuts, they are lightly toasted nuts. So you can put them in the oven on a sheet pan and cook them for a few minutes just to kind of get them warm through. It brings out a really good flavor in them. Or if you are not allowed to use the oven, you can put them on a plate in the microwave for a few minutes and let them get warm through. It kind of brings out that toasty flavor also. What I will need for this recipe, I will need a bowl, and I will need a spatula, and I'm going to need measuring cups. I'm using a 1/2 cup and a 1/4 of a cup today, and I'm using a teaspoon and a tablespoon. And I am using another measuring cup. I pre-measured out a lot of these different ingredients before we got started. But the first thing we need to do is to make sure we wash our hands. So we're gonna come over here to the sink. I'm gonna wash my hands. Now it is important that when you're washing your hands, that we wash our hands with warm water and soap for at least 20 seconds. And we wanna make sure we're getting all over our hands, not just the palm of our hands. We want to get in between our fingers and down around our fingernails and the tops and the bottoms. We're going to wash them really good with soap and warm water. And then we're going to dry them off and we'll be good to go. Okay, now, the first thing that I'm going to pour in, and what I have done is, again, I've pre-measured a lot of these ingredients. So I have 3/4 of a cup of rice cereal. I just used a generic brand at the store. I have quick cook oats, which there's 3/4 of a cup of the quick cook oats. I have coconut, and with the coconut we're gonna need 2 tablespoons. So I have my tablespoon. We're gonna measure out those 2 tablespoons of unsweetened coconut. And then it calls for 3/4 of a cup of dried fruit. And I am using dried cranberries in there today. And I have my toasted nuts that were pre-done. So it calls for it calls for a 1/2 cup. I have my 1/2 cup right here. And I mix several different nuts together. I have almond slivers, I have pecans, and I have walnuts mixed together. I really like my energy bars to have a lot of nuts in them. Now, already in this bowl, we have 3 different food groups going on. We have our grains, which are giving us lots of carbohydrates for energy. We have the dried fruit, which is going to be giving us vitamins that our bodies need. And we have the mixture of nuts, which is a good source of protein that we're getting from that. So we've put in our nuts, we've put in our dried fruit, our oats and our cereal, and our coconut. So now what we're gonna do, and I pre-measured out it calls for 1/4 of a cup of honey. And again, I bought this honey from a local vendor here in Raleigh County. And we are gonna take the 1/2 cup of peanut butter, and I'm just gonna squeeze it right down in there and get that off of there. And peanut butter is a good source of protein also, and we're using low-fat peanut butter. And then the honey is a natural sweetener that we're gonna be using. So we're gonna put this in the microwave for about 30 seconds to get it, to break it down a little bit so that we can stir it together and mix it in with our energy bar mixture. So we're gonna let that cook for 30 seconds. I'm gonna clean up my mess here a little bit I got going on. While that's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and mix this together. I'm gonna stir all this together, get it good and mixed up and all spread out in there. And if your berries stick together, if your cranberries stick together, your raisins, or whatever type of dried fruit you're using, that helps break them apart a little bit. Sometimes they can stick together when you get them out of the bag. So I'm going to pull out my peanut butter mixture. Shut that door. And I am going to stir this mixture together, kind of break it down a little bit, if you can see. So it heated that honey up, and it's broke down that peanut butter a little bit, makes it a little bit easier to put it into a mixture. Mix it together. I can smell that honey. Yeah, honey smells really good. Okay. Act like you're whipping some eggs. All right, so now it's kind of very fluid now. It's not as thick as it was with just peanut butter. All right, so what I have already done is I have a 9 by 13 pan, and I'm going to line it with parchment paper. Couldn't think what it was. So I'm going to line that, try to press it down in there a little bit. We're going to be putting this down in there and forming it down in there in just a minute. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pour my peanut butter and honey mixture in with my energy bar of the rest ingredients. Let's see here. Grab a mess. And this recipe will be on the website. You'll be able to pull this recipe off so that you can print it out and look at it and save it, because this is a really good recipe and it tastes really good. And you can kind of be creative on the types of things you use in it. You could use dried apples in it. You could use another type of nut butter besides peanut butter. or even mix the peanut butter with another nut butter. Like my favorite is you could use almond butter, or you could use a hazelnut butter. Okay, so I'm mixing that all in, and if it's mixed in good, then there shouldn't be a lot of loose oats and rice cereal. It should kind of be binding together, sticking together really good. And I'm using this spatula so I don't get my hands burnt in case the honey and the peanut butter are still warm. You want to be careful about that. Ooh, I think I've got it pretty good stuck together. So I'm going to pour it in my pan. Oh yeah. Pour it in my pan. I'm gonna get all of it, so I'm gonna scrape it off with my scraper. So it's sticking because of the peanut butter and the honey. Okay. Might save those for later. I'm gonna set that out of the way. Whoops. And now I'm going to spread this down into the pan. Now the reason that we're using the parchment paper is to help pull it out later, because what we're going to do with this here in just a minute, after we get it nice and spread out in the pan, you want to get it in one layer, and we should be able, when this is finished, to cut this up into 16 servings or 16 bars so that we can share it with the rest of the family. So I'm pushing it down. Got it pretty all one layer. Now, it didn't cover all of the pan. I don't know if it's because it didn't cover the whole pan. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like down in the pan. So then what I'm going to do is I am going to cover this, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for about 3 or 4 hours for it to harden up and get more solid so that we can use it that way. And I have one that I've already done that's finished that you can see how it turned out. And when I was able, I've done started cutting on it. We sampled. So what we've done is I'm just going to be able to cut me a bar here. And voila, I have a little energy bar. And you should be able to cut it into 16 servings and have a great snack that you can share. It's going to give you lots of energy. It'll last throughout the day, and it's low in sugar. We controlled the type of sugar and how much sugar we put into it, so it makes it a healthier snack. So I hope you enjoy making this recipe. We'll see you later.
Hey Energy Express friends, did you have a fun day? I know I did. Well, we'll see you again soon for more fun and more activities. Have a good one. Bye-bye.